Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Be the man that women regret leaving. Now this is something that happens in many relationships. Guys who actually get that woman, they might marry her or be in a long relationship. And women being women, well, let's be real, they initiate most divorces. They initiate most breakups. It's them. It's them rolling out. Right? This is a normal thing. You got to become the type of man that she regret leaving, that she thinking about years later, that she trying to get back with him. That she's texting, you type of man that she's texting talking about, hey, big head, or I just been thinking about you. A lot of men can relate to this. A lot of good guys can relate to this. You know, the woman, you know, it's an old story. It's an old story. You know, a woman got Mr. Right, but then some fine dude come along smiling. She thinks she can do better. Usually her girlfriends are like saying, yeah, you can do better. You can do better. And then they roll out, but then they find out that guy ain't who they thought he was. I remember there was like a woman on my IG that had that. I remember she rolled out from her husband talking about it was all good and everything. And I remember she was with a fine dude, you know, one of those dudes, stereotypical fine dudes, right? A Tyrone and shit, right? But then, didn't see much from that. Saw a couple pictures. All of a sudden, she in a picture with her husband talking about dating her ex-husband. I was like, man, you shouldn't have rolled out. But it's a common story. It's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough. Yeah, women had that good dude, and then, you know, they go out, they go for that flash and everything. Because, yeah, women choosing, they ain't necessarily meaning they making the right choice. So they get that dude, they get that second dude, and that dude dog them out, or they find out it's terrible, it was just an illusion. All of a sudden, they want to come back. Now, I ain't going to speak on whether or not to let the woman back. I ain't going to speak on that. That's up to a man. Most men, though, are like, whatever. They moving on. They moving on. And, you know, I think about another instance. It was in a movie called How You Like Me Now. And it was back in the day. It had Darnell Williams, who had starred as Jesse on All My Children on it. And, you know, he wasn't all that good. You know, he's kind of a knucklehead. So his woman thought, yeah, let me go get a guy who's going to give me what I want. And, you know, she went out, and that guy didn't really give her what she wanted. And she ended up trying to get back with, like, Darnell Williams. But Darnell Williams, during that period, started getting himself together, and he had a woman that was helping him to build himself up. And then, you know, she went over to the guy's house. You know, the first woman went over to his house, was like, you know, I'm going to give you another chance. Had a nice dress on, and then, you know, all of a sudden, dude smiling, but then the other woman that helped build him up was coming down the steps. And all of a sudden, you heard the tune, How You Like Me Now? Look, as a man, no matter what, even when you're with a woman, you want to build yourself up to be the best version. You want to be that man. You want to be that thorough man. Like just because you get in a relationship, you know, you still want to keep your body up. You still want to keep your appearance up. You still want to let your barber bless you. And you still want to stay on your mission. And, you know, let's just be real. Some women ain't going to get that. Some women are going to for whatever reason. Like I had written a story in one of my books. Like it was a blog. It was one of my earliest blogs. It was about a woman who had a good guy. She rolled out, got with Dexter Goodbar. You know about Mr. Goodbar. But then one of the girls who told her to leave got with her man. And stuff like that happened. And women just do that. That's something, you know, if I was talking to some women, I was like, hold up, don't be quick to leave. In fact, there's been plenty of women I talked to, they ready to roll out from them men. I was like, hold up though, what is he doing? And they end up looking at it like, nah, they on some silly shit. So, but you want to be that man. You want to be that man. You want to keep building yourself regardless of the woman. Regardless of the woman. You know? It was like, in fact, it was a woman who gave me that game. It was a woman, this is what she said. She said she'd make love to a man in such a way that he wouldn't want to cheat on her. But then if he did, he'll regret it. he'll regret it. And that's how you want to be. And all you can do is just be the best version of yourself. And here's the thing. Like I said, I'm not going to say whether or not to get back with the woman, but you got to understand, if that woman ain't appreciating what you bring into the table, who you are, roll out. Serious, you really need to be rolling out from her. If she acting all silly and all of that, then you don't deal with it. And if she roll out, just be like, okay. But then usually what'll happen, see, this is what usually happens. If you developing yourself right, you end up with a better woman who's going to appreciate who you are. See, as a man, you want to be the best version of yourself, but you also want to be dealing with a woman who's going to appreciate who you are, who is in cooperation to your operation. And trust me, she'll regret it. I get a lot of guys now that hit me up and they say, yeah, this woman hit me back up, you know, after all these years and everything, or she mad that I'm getting with some other woman. See, usually when a woman rolls out, she only rolls out, well, I would say two ways. One, if she's just being treated poorly. Okay, you can understand that, but you're not treating her poorly. As a man, you want to treat her as the best. But then even when a man is treating a woman as the best that he can do and doing all the stuff women say a man need to do, you still get some women don't appreciate that. Okay, you let them go. And you keep building yourself until you find a woman who appreciates you. But then when you do that, that woman is going to come back. The woman who rolled out, she's going to regret it. That's the type of man you want to be. And you're not doing it to really get back at her. Let me make that very clear. You're not doing it. You ain't focused like I'm going to do all this and I'm going to get her back. No. She roll out, you be like, and you doing it for yourself. Because then you understand, okay, that woman really wasn't down for you. She really wasn't. So you roll on. You roll on. And trust me, she's going to regret that. I wish I had a dime every time I seen a video or I seen some of these women regret that. They've been talking about that way. Yeah, shoot, you look around on social media enough, you can find some women talking about that. And I've been seeing that since I was young, you know. Some guy they wish they would have been with. In fact, there was a woman who told me, unfortunately she passed away, but she told me she was actually thinking about me on her wedding day. I was like, what the? It's an amazing thing, but all you can do as a man is fix yourself up. And you do it, like I said, you're really doing it for yourself. You're doing it for yourself to have the options. You're doing it for yourself. And if that woman wants to roll out, let her roll out. But in the back of your mind thinking, nah, she gonna look back years later. Because see, let me give you some psychology with women. They want to think they made the right decision. You know, because usually when they roll out, it usually be for some bullshit anyway. Especially if you're good, you ain't treating her, you ain't mistreating her or anything. In fact, a lot of women that stay with the guy who dogging them out. That's another conversation. But you ain't mistreating her or anything. Shit. You know, you treating her the best, you doing all this, and she's still not appreciating it. She don't deserve you. You know, she don't deserve you. And she'll find out the hard way. There's a lot of women like that. Man, there's a lot of women who want to get back with that guy. A lot of women. You want to be that guy, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. And I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.